it's your good buddy, Warp. Ready to share another splendid soiree on the good ship Kairos. Ready for adventure with AJ, Ollie, Izzy, and the rest of their fun-loving friends. Well, get ready to be disappointed. It won't be long before I capture the Kairos and dump those do-gooders.
Time. The most precious treasure in the universe. Our mission? To explore it. To travel through history, unraveling its mysteries, unlocking its secrets, unleashing its energy. Knowledge is power.
Well, it's a great big world. And it's been around a long, long time.
AJ Time Travelers, traveling through history, unlocking its secrets.
The ring is the key.
AJ Time Travelers,
Question unravelers.
knowledge is power. AJ Time Travelers.
Mother, you married a genius.
Yes, but I left him for you, dear.
Uh-huh. Check it out. The deal o' the century, huh? It tells the date, the temperature, the humidity, atmospheric pressure, my pulse, my blood sugar, and the latest quotes from the New York Stock Exchange, huh? And get this, only $9.95, tax included.
You're a shrewd shopper, dear. So, what time is it?
Coming right up. Wet and windy. It doesn't seem to tell the time. But my liver's functioning normally. Hey, big guy, how was school today?
Fine.
Oh, dear. Looks like someone still doesn't have a date for the pigskin prom. Did Rachel turn you down, honey?
No, I didn't ask her. Between the student council, the band, the team, and all my homework, I don't think I have time to be going out on dates.
Son, do you think you're just using those things as excuses?
What if she doesn't want to go out with me? Maybe she's way out of my league.
Sweetie, life is about finding answers to questions like these.
Son, you just have to go for it.
That's right. And if you don't try, you'll never know. And that's tough to live with, honey.
Sort of like termites.
I don't mind termites so much. Some of my best friends are wood munchers. Bit my lip. Oh.
Thanks, guys, but there's some things it's just better not to know.
But AJ,
I'm gonna go work on my homework.
Homework, huh? I wonder which teacher assigned writing the word Rachel 3,000 times.
Commander, we're experiencing a 5th stage warp alert. He's very angry and very close.
He never rests. All right, I'll be right there. Prepare the ship for my arrival.
Ciencia es potencia!
Knowledge is power!
Commander on the bridge.
Greetings, guys.
You're a sight of solar sensors, Commander.
Thanks, Bit. Ollie, I understand Warp's at it again. Has he made any specific demands?
No demands yet, but he's... rapidly approaching.
I say we let him. When that windbag shows up, I'm really gonna give it to him. I'm gonna tell him he can take his demands and stick it where
Where the what bow wow breath?
where they'll do the most good, your villainosity. I see you've waxed your skull. It looks especially fetching.
Don't scare him like that.
Well, maybe I'll scare you like that instead, because what I have planned is very terrifying. Very terrifying indeed.
Very terrifying indeed. It's not scary when I do it.
And now for the mission du jour. Listen carefully.
Challenge away, Warp.
It sounds simple, but it's deathly dangerous. I want you to go back and find a couple of people who really scaled the heights on their climb to fame and fortune. And don't disappoint me. I don't handle it very well.
Hadn't this man ever heard of goodbye and good luck?
Warp wants us to visit two people who scaled the heights.
That could be almost anyone who's famous.
He also mentioned a climb to fame and fortune. I think he may have been speaking literally and not figuratively.
So Warp wants us to meet people who actually climbed something.
AJ, you've planted the flag squarely at the peak of the problem. Warp must mean the first two people to reach the top of Mount Everest.
Bit, set the coordinates.
Destination locked in.
The top of Mount Everest, May 29th, 1953.
They have Time, they have Newsweek, but do they have Dog's Life? No.
I know how he feels. They're also at a Flyboy. Miss November's got a nice set of wings. Not real, though.
Maria, contact the tower and request clearance.
Time Tower, this is the Kairos. We need a left down time departure.
Roger that, Kairos. So, you're gonna Mount Everest, huh?
Can we be cleared?
All right, they're your nosies and your toesies. You're cleared direct to Mount Everest, 1953. Proceed to passenger entry platform 867.39. And should your mission be successful, Johnny, tell them what they'll receive. They'll win a copy of our new home game, complete with flowing robes, glamorous facial hair, and an endless supply of Pulse's patented one-liners. That's right, fun is at your fingertips with Pulse, home game.
Let's make time tracks.
Prepare for arrival.
On the planet Earth, in the south-central quadrant of the continent Asia, are the Himalayan mountains, the highest mountain range on the globe. And the highest mountain in the highest range is Mount Everest, 29,028 feet, almost 6 miles of treacherous, slippery, freezing, man-devouring rock and ice.
Welcome to the top of the world. Please watch your step.
AJ, let me pique your interest in the highest peak in the world. Take a peek. Mount Everest has been called unclimbable because of its powerful avalanches, deep crevices, extreme steepness, bitter cold, staggering gusts of wind, unpredictable snowstorms, not to mention that there's not enough air to breathe up there. For centuries, people have dreamt of making it to the summit. Hundreds have tried. More than a dozen have died. But until today, no one has been able to scale the 29,028 feet of slippery ice and rock, where any wrong move can send you tumbling down to certain death. Of the more than 50 men who set out, only 2 have the stamina for the final push to the top to boldly climb
Higher than any man have ever climbed before!
Done?
Uh-huh!
And here they are, 2 of the bravest adventurers of all time.
a couple of guys who took the song Climb Every Mountain a little too seriously.
Let's say a very special mountain top of the morning to
The 2 and only Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay.
What's wrong with the time and space lock?
I don't know. Let's kick it.
It's frozen, Commander.
The whole ship is frozen solid.
Just one of Warp's pranks?
No, we are out of antifreeze.
But that's impossible. Antifreeze was on Izzy's shopping list.
Yes, in fact, it was next on my list. After buying 16 rawhide chewies, I sort of ran out of cash.
Ollie, what does this mean?
It means we're stuck, and I get nervous when we're stuck. I must move forward. Even when I'm in the past, I must learn, must progress.
Wow!
Where'd he go?
Wherever he went, we better go out there and find him. Bit, Maria, I want both of you to work on our auxiliary generator. If we can get our turbines going, maybe we can defrost the Kairos.
Aye, aye, Commander.
We'll get right on it.
Come on, Izzy. It's time to put on our thermal time skivvies and hit the slopes.
A walk?
Yeah.
All the months of planning, sacrifice, of pushing ourselves to the very limits of human endurance. But it'll all be worth it. I just have to pull myself up over that last ledge to be the very first man to set foot atop of Mount Everest. Thanks ever so. Well, I've done it. I'm the first man to reach the top of Mount... Hey, what are you doing on top of my mountain? Good heavens, Tenzing, we're not the first.
And whoever these men are, they have also bagged the Yeti.
The whaty?
This isn't the abominable snowman. It's Izzy.
And you're still the first man to climb Everest.
Don't forget me. The first fly to freeze on Mount Everest.
How do you expect us to believe that we're really the first when you were already standing here?
Because we didn't climb up here. We came from the future aboard that time machine.
Good heavens, Tenzing. We'd better turn up our oxygen. The hallucinations are getting real bad.
Don't worry. You're not hallucinating.
Somehow coming from you, I'm not finding this comforting.
Mr. Hillary, tell us about your climb up Mount Everest.
We're very high up. Weren't you afraid?
Well, as I've often said, I don't think a climb is really worth anything unless you've been scared out of your wits at least twice.
On this climb, I've been scared out of my wits only once. But it lasted 10 weeks.
Is one of you wearing down?
Certainly not. I'm rested and raring to go.
Edmund! I think he is meaning goose down.
Oh, of course. Our packers have goose down filling. It keeps us incredibly warm.
It's just because I...
Hey, good heavens, man dog! Sneeze the other direction.
Notice, AJ, the special devices they must wear on their feet.
We wear these pointy thingies called crampons in our boots so we don't slide down the ice.
I'm not wearing any crampons, and I'm just fine.
Don't fret, man dog. Even with these crampons, I lost my footing a time or two on the way up.
Thank heaven we were connected by this rope.
If we hadn't used this rope to secure ourselves, I might have fallen off that sheer wall of ice and become a real snow angel.
I take it you wear those goggles to protect your eyes.
Even a moment of the sun's glare off the white snow can blind a bloke for hours. That's why we're never without them.
That, as well as the fact they're making us look incredibly cool.
Okay, we met the guys. We saw the toys. Now can we go in now? I'm freezing my flapping wings off.
But at this altitude, the most important thing we brought along are these oxygen tanks.
Almost 6 miles up, the air is very thin. A man can live for a week without eating,
But only a few moments without breathing.
Even with oxygen at this altitude, your eyes can really play tricks on you.
Your emotions go up and down, up and down, up and down, like a roller coaster ride at Dalai Lama Land.
Well, then why do you do it?
Why? This is Everest, man. Compared to this, every other mountain on the planet is a pimple on the face of the earth. Hey, it's more than a mountain. It's a monster just waiting to eat you up and spit you out. On our expedition, as we slept in our bags, dangling over the narrow ice precipice, I'd hear a call to me. Eddie, she'd say, Eddie, I dare you to climb me. I double dare you. I double doggy dare you. How she taunts me. Nah, 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 nah. You're never gonna make it. Now you're gonna fall.
Hillary! Hillary! Eddie! Try some of my oxygen.
Brain freeze. That's better. I wasn't ranting and raving, was I?
Oh, no, Eddie. Not you.
Can we go home now?
For once, I agree with the dog.
We can't go yet. Not until we find out why you did this.
It was a test. We climbed this mountain as a test.
A battle of the wills between man and nature.
And every time my stomach growled with hunger, every time I was too tired to take even a step, every time I was woozy from lack of oxygen, I remembered that mountain I was clinging to and my promise not to let it beat me.
Wow, you did this just to see if you could.
My life is not about doing things I'm sure I can do. It's about doing things I'm not sure I can do. It's about conquering uncertainty and fear. And about being the first man to see this. Top of the world, Ma!
Beautiful now.
Breathtaking.
Here, AJ. Try some of my oxygen. Well, Eddie, it's time we started back down the mountain.
We may be walking down with you.
Somebody forgot to buy the antifreeze.
All right, Bit Maria have the Kairos fixed.
We're saved! Gentlemen, have a safe walk down.
Edmund Hillary, Tenzing Norgay, you just scaled the highest mountain in the world. What are you going to do now?
We're going to Dolly Lavaland!
I'm glad we're back. I was turning into a chili dog.
Those were men of great strength and courage.
Even so, with what they were up against, they're lucky they made it.
But the real question is, will you make it, Commander? It's test time.
Warp, we're ready for you.
Very well, my little abominable snowman. I see you picked in on all the right people. Yodelay-hoo. Well, what do you know? It's time for my quiz.
Hello? Tension.
Question 1. Why do they need extra oxygen at the top of Mount Everest?
They needed oxygen because the air is thinner at higher altitudes. Without it, they become weak and start hallucinating, seeing things that aren't even there.
Luck! Question 2. What other special equipment do you need to climb icy mountains?
You need special boots with metal spikes on them called crampons to keep you from slipping on the ice. You need plenty of rope because mountaineers tie themselves together for safety. And you need dark goggles because even a quick peek at the sun reflecting off the snow can blind you for hours.
Way to go, AJ!
God, you paid attention. Question 3. Why did Edmund Hillary climb Mount Everest?
He climbed Everest because he had to find out if he could. He saw it as a battle between himself and the mountain, between himself and nature. When he reached the top, he had a greater sense of being alive than at any other time in his life.
Fine! Enjoy yourselves at my expense. Soon, I'll be enjoying eternity at your expense. I won't be trifled with. I won't be trifled with!
Ooh, that was a chiller.
You're telling me ever since we've been here, I've been panting ice cubes.
Great work, guys. Another successful mission.
We couldn't have done it without you and Bit. Thanks for getting the Kairos started.
There's so much love in this room. I'm expecting Jerry Lewis to show up at any moment. Yo, the lady person!
And all our new knowledge is saved on this disc. Savor it, AJ.
'Cause knowledge is power.
And Everest is cold.
Let's blow, Bit. If we hurry, we can just miss rush hour. Commander's Journal. Subject, testing your limits. Having met Sir Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay on top of Mount Everest, I learned you will never know how high or how far you can go unless you try your hardest. I also realized that life is like a mountain because it's sweetest at the peak. Great, Rachel. Okay, so we're all set for Saturday night. Hold on just a second, okay?
Son, your mother sent me up here to have a talk with you about those people we call girls.
But, Dad...
Sure, they seem a bit strange at first, but you shouldn't be afraid, unless they're mad. Then, of course, it's every man for himself.
It's okay, Dad. Life's an adventure. You have to overcome fear and uncertainty.
Life's an adventure, son. You have to overcome fear and uncertainty. I think you should go ahead and ask Rachel out.
Dad, this is Rachel on the phone. We're going out Saturday night. She said she wanted to go out with me for a long time.
Well, I'm relieved we don't have to have that boy-girl talk, eh?
So am I, Dad.
Well, I'll just sit here for a minute so your mother thinks we're still talking.
Savvy, Dad.
And a little sassy.